Okay. Someday, hopefully, we'll be able to move the heck out of Finland. Hey! Why do you want to move from Finland? It's funny how the grass is greener, because personally, I wouldn't mind too much moving into Scandinavia. But I'm quite honestly, I don't know if I could move to another country, just because I wouldn't be able to leave my buddies behind.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliche can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
Interesting. Why is he reacting so to the ring?
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
What did you want to use the hand for?
The hand. What do you plan to do?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy of Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How does it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
So what's the provenance of the ring?
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I in turn gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Okay.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
What do you mean by summon some help? Why are you keeping the hand? Oh wait, he explained why he's keeping the hand. I'm being dumb. It called attention to the hand though. Do not trust. Do not trust. Oh. But birdie.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren.
Cute.
Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and trust him.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Got a lot of secrets, my friend.
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask you directly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Yeah, where have you been? It's been a
Curious
while.
what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cirilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True
Certainly.
enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
How are you taking the blood absence? I'd like
Got
to know
a new
that.
life, new body. That give you a new start, blank slate.
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
So, what's it like being dead? I suppose is a very obvious question.
One everyone
Grab it.
wonders
Okay,
about.
shrimp.
What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Oh.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Right, what do you want to know about Mias?
All right.
Mias?
Give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a Witcher?
One hell of a question. Yeah, I think I still would be. I think it would give me an inside perspective.
Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer. To find out if I like being a Witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a Witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
There's the Wyvern. I'm getting the feeling he wants to turn me, though. Why would he ask so many questions if not?
Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
No.
Far as I know, none. Now what you got for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived entirely unmolested.
I'm unsure about his use of the term unmolested to mean not disturbed. I'm gonna have to literally look up to see what the meaning of unmolested is, because when I think of the word molested, I think of attacked sexually. So unmolested to me sounds like, managed to avoid being attacked sexually. It's one of those weird English words that's actually older. No! Unmolested does in fact mean not pestered or molested, left in peace. The more you know. Now, what's this about a curse?
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear.
Ooh,
What are your
spicy.
thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the White's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Do you know anything else about it?
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder, or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
There's a cursed creature that's collecting spoons around a manor.
Oh,
Yes. Is it you?
yes.
Ah.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
That's nice
Yes,
curse.
till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
I'm sure it's going to be deeper than
How do you
forcing
not
you
make
to
this
collect
decoction?
spoons. We'll see.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Whites. They say the dead like quiet. I don't know about the dead, but whites certainly do. Though whites are ghastly and threatening in appearance, one should not approach them with a sword drawn or attack them unprovoked. Left alone, they present no serious danger to anyone, and are far more interested in mixing noxious brews and cauldrons than in fighting. This species mainly lives around the ancient burial sites, though they have also been spotted near more recently founded cemeteries, where mass graves can be found. Whites spend the winter months in a state of lethargy, very similar to human sleep. They live strictly solitary lives. In fact, it is practically unheard of these creatures to appear in groups. Yet, when they fear their territory is threatened, and it is enough for one to step foot in the whites' territory for it to feel threatened, whites transform into dangerous foes and even abandon their solitary ways to summon other monsters to their aid. Vulnerable against Axii. I'm going to go ahead and equip that. Alrighty. Oh, but that's normal whites. What about spotted white? Whoa! Spicy boy. Come on. Right, I have another creature to look at the beast tree for. Burgists. Spectres. Evil threats overwhelm. Blah, 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 blah. Phantom dogs. They're basically hellhounds. Oh, great. Sweet. What does it drop? Burgess essence. I mean, what did I expect? Looks like a relative of the hag. Yeah, a little bit. Well, they are spectres, so they are technically in the same group.
Some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something.
What are the spoons trying to tell me? Let's find out.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Okie dokie. I should be real careful entering this place.
What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon.
Intriguing.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense.
Decaying letter. Dear Master, I know you track outlaws for pay. I have an unusual assignment for you. No doubt you wonder why I've drawn you out here and why we cannot meet in person. You see, in my present situation, any kind of meeting is very risky. Not so much for me, as for the person of whom I meet, for I am afflicted by a curse, as I hope, and why I have turned to you, the side effects of medicine given to me by some time ago by the herbalist. Soon after I visited this herbalist, she disappeared without a trace. I desperately wish you to understand my illness, so I wish to hire you to find her. When you do, learn as much as you can about the medicine she gave me. If my suffering is a result of her wickedness, then make her provide me an antidote. I assure you I have an ample wealth and will reward you with no small part for your services. If it turns out my suffering is not the fault of the herbalist, please let her go. I will then have a different task for you, because this shall mean I am afflicted by a terrible curse which only the gods can cure. I believe it was cast upon me by a certain beggar who came here by the manor while I was hosting a soiree with a few friends. If you can find the vagrant, I will pay you double. Sadly, all I remember of him is he sold mirrors. I am aware this is not much aid for your hunt, yet I trust your considerable talents and wish you the best of luck. Marlene del Trastamara. Ooh, bunch of pelts. Metal spoon, Nordon spoon, spoon, wooden spoon. Spoon. I must collect all the spoons.
This wooden spoon. Romantic.
Spoon, 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 spoon. I think I'm going mad. Oh, look, another spoon.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Less spoons down here. Oh, no, there's spoons.
Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred.
Oh, wine. Gold spoon. Nordon spoon. Silver spoon. Wonder how many spoons I can collect. I want the spoons. I must have the spoons.
White's not particularly tiny.
Can I get saliva from this?
Empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me
Ooh,
observe the
master
cauldron.
armor.
Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White
I
that lives here,
presume I can
definitely
hide.
afflicted
Yeah,
by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it.
I presume I can definitely hide here. Alright, let's see what we're fighting. Very much hag-like, old-timey, stereotypical witch kind of feeling. I'm gonna try and lift the curse. Okay.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
Come on. Easy goes it. Easy.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
I'm just worried it might pass the curse on to me. But let's try this. Come on. It's kind of
Just
adorable
need a
enough.
bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you.
Oh, bless it. Oh. Let's swap spoons.
Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? But curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped.
Oh, gross.
This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Calm down. Damn it, didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew for Regis at least. Can't do anything for the white though, except cut it down.
No. I do not accept that. I'ma try again. Because I really want to see what happens if I do get past the curse. And damn it, saves exist for a reason.
No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons.
Damn it.
Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
Oh. Ah, it worked. Second time's the charm.
Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Awesome. Don't know what I was thinking swapping for spoons. I think I've become a bit obsessed with spoons myself. Right, let's follow it. Where does that... I'm hoping the white will no longer be a white. Okay. Ow! Fuck. Okay. Oh, has this the cast? Has it?
Shh, easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Yes, good. Good, good.
Eat. I must eat.
Oh no.
I'll take you someplace safe.
Good. I'm happy with that. I try and do, like, the most humane solution if I can. If I can save someone, I will.
So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. I'm deeply pleased, finally, to make your acquaintance, sir. Though I do regret the specific circumstances. In all the commotion, I fear I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Barnabas Basil Folty, and by order of the Duchess, I am to serve as your Major Domo at Corvo Bianco.
Major Domo?
Nice to meet you, Barnabas Basil. Love to talk more, but got urgent matters to attend to. While I'm gone, please make sure she gets everything she needs.
Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
She was cursed.
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he
Wait,
swore
why are
no
they
one would
playing
ever wish
that?
to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Did some thinking.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a white, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a white, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Alright, I've got to get going.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Okay. Oh, I am very happy with how that turned out. Oh, I am so very poisoned. Okay. Okay, have I got something for that? White honey. Yes. Let's consume some of that. Oh, dear. Ah, much better. There we go. What's out here? Wolfsbane? I don't need Wolfsbane. Okie dokie. Let's get back to Regis. Give him the thing to summon the vampire. Has put us a little bit out of our way, but meh. Not by too much. So that's fine. But we saved someone, and that's what's important. I mean, what?
That's it, Roach.
What's the point in being a witcher if you like just kill things and never save anyone? Oh.
Faster.
What do you mean I cannot do that here? Don't tell me what to do. I can gallop whoever I damn please.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh dear.
Are we on the ducal guard?
That Duchess of ours. Have you at least diddled her others?
Oh!
No, I have not diddled the Duchess's udders yet. Random seaman. But I shall. No, probably not. She's actually quite intimidating. She might hurt me. Hi, dog. Bye, dog. However, if she wants to diddle my man udders, she may do. What? I don't even know what I'm saying. It's a very strange image. You know when you're just like going along the road, you don't know what to say, so you just talk about man udders. Yeah, totally. I'm not boring. I talk about man udders. Wibbles in the direction of Raven.
Giddy up.
You say giddy up and then you ride very slowly. Alrighty. Ah, you unlocked the door for me this time. Thank, friend. I appreciate the skeleton with a hat.
Hand'll make for a nice broth.
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. Raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Helpful creatures, ravens.
Pretty helpful creatures. Calling them often.
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful. as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rapidity. That stands to be very, very dangerous.
So how are you planning to induce it?
Alright, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mutna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Alright, tell me about this place.
Tesha Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
One sec. There
So
you go.
what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy a mosquito buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Alright. Sure. However, I need to prepare
Little expedition starting to sound
because we've
dangerous.
been
Think I'd better
streaming /
prepare.
recording for
I
2
understand
hours.
completely.
And I
Do
don't
tell
want to
me when you're
push
ready to
my
settle.
voice much further than that. So I'm gonna go. Bye. Thank you, Sirexi and Shrimp, for hanging out with me. I'm gonna nap now. Bye.